It helps if I put the volume on. Good evening and welcome to online live psychic readings. And our evening this evening is a Trance Mediumship evening with Niko and his guides and inspirers, Noah. Niko has already gone into trance, so when I bring him on, yes, Patrick, it does help with the volume on. It will be Noah that will be speaking through Niko. We're going to do something slightly different this evening, just for part of it, where I'll talk a little bit about an experience in my home, and then sort of have a discussion with Noah about the different aspects of what is sensed, etc. It'll all become clear in a moment, okay? First, a few hellos. We've got Rosalind, Elaine, Patrick, hi, T Smith. Is that Teresa or Tim? Dana, Tammy, Nikki. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, okay. We'll still have time for questions, okay? So, without further ado, welcome on. Good evening, Noah. Lovely to have you joining us.
Greetings to you, my dear. It is I who is grateful to you. And greetings to all who have joined us this evening. Our gratitude is extended to each of you as well. We have spoken in the past on the importance of accepting that you are in essence within physical form. We have spoken in the past on the importance of severing the notion of separation constructed in your realm. If we focus on releasing the concept of separation and accepting the belief that you are in essence, and the topic we will be discussing today will arrive in the middle of both of those, offering clarity and understanding of the truth. As each of you are an essence in physical form, connected to your highest essence in our realm, it is only through your physical form that one is able to communicate in your realm. And yet, my dear ones, this does not limit the power of your highest essence in our realm. For even as your journey comes to a completion, if you, within your conscious mind, perceive that you are experiencing a traumatic event, occurring because of your belief of that separation said, upon your exit, my dear ones, an energetic imprint of your essence, of your energy, remains. It does not remain for anyone other than you. Allow me to elaborate. If it was traumatic and the energetic imprint was intentionally imprinted at that location by your highest essence in our realm, it is deliberate. For there is still a learning. which needs to acquire, not necessarily to another version of you within that same physical form, but that energetic imprint left behind resonates across other versions of you within other timelines, other dimensions, other realms. It acts as a beacon, if you will, indicating a lesson of acceptance to all versions. When one in physical form stumbles across this energetic imprint, and they are sensitive to energy because they too have been taught the concept of separation in your realm. They allow their minds to construct falsity of what it is. Their perception is not accurate. Thereby, people fear. Thereby, they do not embrace the sensation of that energy with honor and respect to the highest essence who has placed it there. The highest essence in our realm possesses the ability to project its own essence into your physical form through the breath. Yet it also possesses the ability to project a transparent illusion of one in physical form as well. Once more, through your understanding, acceptance of separation, and fear, you label these projections as ghosts and thereby fear, not understanding why this is occurring. If you truly focus, my dear ones, that projection does not possess sound, for it does not possess physical form. It is an essence as you, and yet it is merely a projection, such as a hologram, if you will. So why would one fear? For fear of the unknown runs rampant in your realm. And yet again, who embraces, who honors, who respects the projection they see, they encounter without fear? Understand, my dear ones, how multifaceted each experience, each of you witness truly is. For even when one is fortunate enough to stumble upon an energetic imprint, or to witness with their own physical eyes the projection of an essence, does this not in turn offer you to trust more within our realm, to remember more that you are an essence in your physical form? Focus on what these opportunities are offering you to benefit from, rather than scurrying away within fear and this false illusion of separation. So there are many occurrences, and there are multiple reasons why each occurrence is happening. Learn from them, my dear ones, but learn the truth. Do not become prisoners of the false teachings of your realms. Trust that each provides you yet another opportunity to grow, to awaken, to connect to your own spiritual enlightenment. All by the hand, if you will, of your highest essence in our realm. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. And you touched very much upon the areas that I wanted to bring up as points of discussion there, as I thought you might. So where I was coming from tonight was about in my home when I moved there 27 years ago. My husband, who's never sort of had a belief in spirit, and I always have, and I've been a medium for long before I met my husband, jokingly said, "Oh, come on then, who's here?" And I was able to say to him, "Well, there's a lady called Mary here." And he just laughed, and life went on for a few years. And then we got to know our neighbours, and the lady next door actually lived in the house when she was young. And she said about her father sitting in the front dining room and saying, "Oh, Mary, close the door." So that kind of surprised my husband just a little bit, that we'd both got the same name, Mary, and that presence was there. And there's always been stories about our house locally, and people that stayed in the house have heard people, somebody walking up the stairs. And certainly the other night when I tuned into the energy, the walking on the stairs started. And I can totally understand what you were saying there, Noah, about spirits, ghosts as such being an imprint. Because many years ago, soon after we first moved there, because we've got 2 young children, felt, right, do I need to help this spirit move on and do rescue work? And that never, although I had the sense of assisting Mary to pass over and go into the light, etc., she's always stayed around. That energy's always stayed around, and that rescue work didn't do its purpose as such. And it makes sense. Of course it didn't do its purpose, because the energy that is there is just a reflection of her energy at a point in time that she was there. And I understand now that rescue work is very much just about me having an experience of her passing over and having an experience of that experience, kind of thing.
Indeed, my dear. Allow me to ask you, my dear, isn't this rescue derived by the concept of separation?
It is. It is.
Therefore, my dear, is it true? Is it real?
No, I know now it's not, but
Indeed,
there's
my
still
dear.
a lot of people
Yes, my
that
dear.
have a concept that they need to rescue spirits.
For there are many people, my dear, who believe in separation.
Yes. Yes.
You may continue, my dear.
Okay. So my question around all of this, because I've gone into a lot of detail there and I had a good natter, is when you've got an energy in your home like that is a connection to a person that used to live in the house, and they've left an imprint or a memory, or there's a connection there. And because at times people pick up on that energy because they're sensitive, but because they don't know what it is, they can fear it. Is there a way of clearing that energy?
My dear, allow us to go back for a moment in order to understand what is truly occurring. You mentioned a lengthy period of time, and yet that timeline, my dear, is only occurring within your realm. For a moment has passed in hours. Understand the significance, my dear, on why you and your spouse selected this home. The first, my dear, assisting him to soften his resistance and to question that perhaps his thinking, his belief may be inaccurate. The second, my dear, allow us to focus on you. You are aware of the essence. You are aware that others sense the energy. You are aware that time is passing in your realm. So I ask you, my dear, what have you benefited from the presence of this energetic imprint? Perhaps, my dear, it is lingering long enough for you to recognize that there is growth awaiting you, your journey, your awakening, your ascension within that very room that this energetic imprint resides in. I welcome you, my dear, to utilize that space. Even, my dear, these sessions. Take your device, my dear, and project the session through that same very room. Offer your service to our realm within that room. For the energy will be even more powerful, my dear. And you yourself will undergo major transformation. Ask yourself, my dear, even as you believe in our realm, even as you possess your own connection, do you not still, somewhere deep within the conscious mind, fear? And this is why you are not spending ample time within that room with that energetic imprint. Something to ponder, my dear one.
It definitely is. I'd have to kick my son out that room because it's currently his room. But we can have a discussion with him about that. Are you ready to move on to some questions from our viewers now, Noah?
My dear, even if you focus on one event you offer, I am certain, my dear, you will lovingly offer the space. It does not require consistency, my dear. But I assure you, even the one transmission, the one event you offer, there will be great change and much awareness. We may continue.
Okay, I'll tell you what, next time we're doing this from my home, because I'm up in Sunderland now, we'll do it from there, and we'll ask Mary to join us.
Indeed, my dear.
Brilliant. Thank you. So a few hellos to some of our viewers that have come on in that time. Anna Page, hi. Elizabeth Jones, Angela Diane, Pamela Lay, Kathy Lawson, Tanya, Shell, Dana's always got some really interesting, deep questions, and she's got the same tonight. She says, "Hello, Noah. Can you speak more of truth? If what we believe as true changes through our lessons, what really is truth then?"
My dear love, is the one constant joining both realms, my dear. In order for one in your realm to clearly understand what is true through the teachings of your realm, merely ask yourself, my dear, the words, the lessons, the faith, are all those words, my dear, muttered with love or spoken to gain control? When you apply this reasoning, my dear, it is quite simple to differentiate what is real and what is not. For even, my dear, those in your realm who offer love, is it true love they are offering, or is it love with conditions? Do not only seek to find the truth amongst the teachings of your realm through institutions and religious doctrines, my dear. For as easily as they have bent the truth, and they have provided lies in order to gain control, so have each of you within your own physical journeys. How many of you, my dear, do not offer true love, and yet demand to receive true love? Yes, my dear. My advice would be to begin first by truly focusing on love, truly focusing on how you have offered it and how you have received it. For true love, my dear, in your realm, does not always last the duration of one's journey. This is why unforgettable, unconditional, pure love of our realm lasts eternally. There is a difference, my dear. For many in your realm would rather remain in relationships, for they perceive it to be the correct choice. How does that align one with their pure, true purpose? Rather, they are concerned of the backlash of how they will be accepted, how they will be spoken about behind closed doors. Take that, my dear, and apply it to the teachings of your realm. Those in control realize it was much easier to spread lies which would be accepted. This is how generations would learn. And thereby, there will be no one speaking the truth behind closed doors. Does the history of your realm not mirror how each of you are living your physical lives? Fear, uncertainty, resisting being rebellious in order to find the truth? And how are each of you truly loving another? What limitations have each of you set upon the other? When one finds difficulty leaving a loved one to honor their own essence, their own truth, are they being true? And as you notice, my dear, your question begins to unravel the mystique of so much. The best advice I can offer you at this time, my dear, is listen to your truth within. For that truth, my dear, is your light. And the more you honor your truth, abide by your truth, remain consistent to your truth, the more your light brightly shines, unwavering, steady, and lovingly. It is not as important to understand the difference between the lies and the truth spread in your realm as it is focusing on your own truth and being loyal to that, my dear. For when one is loyal to the truth within them, they are loyal to their essence. And that is how they honor their highest essence in our realm. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Elaine saying, love from Norway. I started to try to heal myself inside with a bright white light. I visualize it with my eyes closed, and I actually get blended by the light. The weeks before I started, I asked spirits for healing every night. Do you think my subconscious has learned the healing from spirits so I can continue healing myself?
My dear, your question, as it was asked, deserves two separate answers. The first, my dear, let us focus on how you are utilizing your mind and your thoughts in order to illuminate that photo of the light shining. My question, my dear, is why utilize the thought, the conscious mind? If I ask you, my dear, the conscious mind is indeed part of your physical form. How do you perceive physical matter to connect with energy? It is quite impossible, my dear. But if you were to listen to your heart, if you were to trust the guidance of the essence within your physical form, my dear, then you would not require the use of the mind to project any illusion. You would feel, my dear, this light, which shines brightly within you, my dear, is not a light to actually see through the lens of your physical form. It is a light to feel through the lens of your highest essence in our realm. There is quite a difference, my dear. Healing, my dear, is a term quite often used in your realm. Even those within the medical profession, my dear. Do you truly believe they are healers? And if so, what are they healing with, my dear? What elements of your physical realm constitute healing? For your entire realm, my dear, resides within one consistent vibrational frequency. Those who are enlightened, my dear, those who remember their essence, those who connect to our realm, in turn, rise above that constant, consistent, steady vibrational frequency that resides in your realm. So when one, my dear, is not connecting to our essence, how will they possibly receive the healing of our realm? For the healing of our realm, my dear, can only exhibit itself within certain vibrational frequencies. If, my dear, it was possible for the healing of our realm to penetrate that lower vibrational frequency of your world, would there be any illnesses, my dear? So it is not you, my dear, who is healing yourself, nor is it your mind. It is your willing surrender, my dear, your connection to our realm, your faith, your belief, your humility, which accesses this passageway in order for you to receive the healing of our realm. The second part of your question, my dear, you mentioned the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, my dear, is one vast vault, if you will. And unbeknownst to you, my dear, each one of your emotional experiences where you perceived you felt pain. Each lesson learned, my dear, through each emotion is stored within this physical vault, within this vault of the subconscious. When you, my dear, reach the conclusion of your physical journey, each memory you possess, each intricate detail of each relationship, of each experience, of each cause of pain, remains with your conscious mind, which in turn remains in your realm. With the wisdom of all those emotions, my dear, that which was stored in the vault of your subconscious, this is what returns with your essence, my dear, in order for your highest essence to learn. So, my dear, your subconscious is much more vital than you are aware of. Is this vault, my dear, not also the threshold to our realm? How is it, my dear, that when you are within the sleep state, upon awakening, you cannot remember any of the plot of the dream? And yet, you easily remember what you felt, the emotion, as you were asleep. So this threshold, my dear, this is how one connects to the essence, how one's awareness enters our realm. And this is how the healing of love, my dear, is transferred into physical form. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. And hopefully Fiona, who was asking for some healing, will be able to take some benefit from your words there as well. We've got Melanie Whelan's asking if there's any guidance or a message for her, please.
My dear one, allow me to say this with love. When one offers a question which is general, they are asking for any guidance rather than something specific, my dear. This always indicates fear. You fear yourself, my dear. You fear your capabilities. Though you are aware of our realm, I ask, do you truly trust in it? Or is there still an underlining of fear? Fear, my dear, in your realm, derived from the ego, are the shackles, my dear, denying you the true access on your journey. Do not fear. Do not allow yourself, my dear, to be constrained by the ego. Understand your journey. Understand your purpose. Focus on your return to spirit. Focus on your return to your essence. Focus on your return, your awareness, your remembrance of our realm. Thereby, my dear, you will come to realize that fear is an illusion of your realm. And your questions, my dear, will have precision. But then you will be laser focused, if you will, on each step you take along your physical journey. Trust, my dear. Do not fear. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Tanya Titus says, would my mum have any messages for me, please? I miss her terribly.
Why, my dear, do you miss her? Why do you believe she is not with you? Allow us to quickly, my dear, and briefly rehash the words of separation that we spoke earlier. When one grieves, my dear, when one longs for the lost loved one, in order for them to grieve as they do, to utter the words that they miss them greatly, it merely proves, my dear, that you still attach yourself to your belief of separation. There are two reasons, my dear, that one grieves as they do. The first is this misconceived notion of separation. For the truth of the matter, my dear, is that your essence within your physical realm, which is attached to your essence in your physical form, the essence, my dear, in our realm, is the one that is connected to the essence of the one you recall as your mother in our realm. So thereby, my dear, your essence and hers are in constant communication, constant love, constant connection. And if you, my dear, view that eternal connection of your essences as a location one must eventually reach, then you further your belief of separation. In order, my dear, for you to remember the connection, you must first honor your own essence. This essence within your form, my dear, which is connected to your essence in our realm. If you believe in that, my dear, this illusion of separation fades. And not only would you remember that your essence and hers is always connected, but you will indeed, my dear, feel her presence near you. For how can you not? But if you continue to believe in separation, my dear, you distance yourself from feeling anything at all. And the second reason, my dear, one grieves is not of the physical realm at all. It is your essence, which is longing for that privilege of touch. Each essence is, my dear, as they are afforded the opportunity to experience physical touch, a physical kiss, a hug, laughter. They truly do view this as a privilege, my dear, and honor. So deep within, my dear, is your essence, which misses the opportunity to feel your physical mother's essence's embrace. Message, my dear, is to believe you are always connected, essence to essence. And therefore, regardless, my dear, if her essence is no longer in her physical form, the connection is still persistent, and you most certainly possess the ability to feel her near. Trust in that, my dear. Listen in the silence in order to connect and feel her essence near. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Teresa asking, can you please explain how it works in the spirit world as to when you have pets as your own animals? My nana has my dog now, who passed recently, and it made her happy.
My dear. Those from the animal kingdom, my dear, also possess an essence, but not as you do, my dear. Their essence is pure, unfiltered. There is no fear, there is no judgment. The dog, my dear, symbolizes unconditional love. The cat, my dear, symbolizes stillness, serenity. Are these not aspects of our realm provided to you as the loving caretaker of those creatures? As a reminder, my dear. Do you not perceive, my dear, that your highest essence is the one who sent the energy of that pet to assist you? All one needs to do, my dear, is focus on their exact journey at the precise moment this creature entered their life. What was it, my dear? one was struggling with, one was learning from, what transformation were they undertaking when that animal entered? There are no random acts, my dear, each one deliberate. Rather than questioning why, honor the arrival, my dear, of this companion, and notice what the messages they are serving. Is it to focus on love by receiving the unconditional love of the dog? Is it to focus on your quiet, your stillness, your inner connection to our realm by running your hand along the fur of the cat? Focus, my dear, on the underlining message and offer your gratitude. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Sharon Knoll saying, please, do you have any messages for my dad passed away 2nd April?
My dear, has he not visited you in your dream, my dear? Have you not heard his voice within your mind? Have you not sensed the chill when you entered a room? Have you not noticed repetitive numbers, my dear, on your device? Have you not noticed the feather? As you have, my dear, noticed these I mentioned, why do you dismiss them so easily as imagination? This is his essence, my dear, informing you he is still near, informing you he will always remain near, informing you that the love is unbreakable, informing you that you are not walking alone. And yet, my dear, how is one able to notice the subtleties that the beautiful essence is offering you when your physical eyes are full of tears? Allow the tears, my dear, to subside. Open your heart and notice these beautiful signs. Offer your gratitude and bask in the love, my dear, his essence is providing you for comfort. It is there, my dear. It is occurring, and it is real. All it requires is your trust. Believe in it, my dear. He is still near. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We also have Lucy saying, is my dad okay? Any messages? His name is Joe.
I'm certain each of you listening from the start now I understand why we spoke of the illusion of separation. For as you are reflecting, each of the questions provided stem from that very same illusion of separation. which is why this is a constant theme, which is why we keep offering clarity. For separation is why each of you face these perceived struggles and heartaches that you do. My dear one, the message is to not view a loss as a loss. For as you are longing to receive a message, focus on the act of longing itself. Focus how your self-esteem has lowered, my dear. The sense of isolation has crept in. You do not sense that you are secure, protected. Even at times, my dear, you sense you are alone. Notice, my dear, through losing one lost loved one, how many new emotions are being learned through experiencing them. If one believes in separation, my dear, one views each one of these separate emotions as daggers, as difficult moments, as confusion, as pain, as fear. But when one abandons this absurd illusion of separation, one honors the essence, that lost loved one. For it is because of that essence and the deep love shared between not only the essences in our realm, but the two of you in physical form, that you are able to experience each one of these marvelous new sensations, these feelings that are stored, learned from, and allows your highest essence in our realm to grow. So trust in that, my dear. There is no separation. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. And unfortunately, we're already up to time. So if I could ask you just for your closing words, please, Noah.
Indeed, my dear. Much was said this evening. It would be redundant to repeat the words. Each of you have heard, and each of your essences have listened. Trust in that. Take these words you heard this evening and apply them to your path, your journey. Each moment of your daily life. Do not store them away. Forget about them and resume this journey you are walking as you are. Allow them to ignite the truth from within and allow that truth to alter the trajectory of your path. It all begins, my dear ones, by first removing this notion of separation. Again, my gratitude to each of you, as well as our honor and our respect. I thank you, my dear ones.
Thank you so much. And while Noah goes back and Niko comes to us. I'll just fill you in with what we're doing tomorrow. At 3:30 we have Sheila. At 6 o'clock we have Healing with Nicole, and 6:45 we've got Readings with Nicole. And then we've got a new thing starting at 8 o'clock, and Fulvia is doing the Journey of the Tarot. So if you're interested in learning about tarot, please do come along at 8 o'clock and join our live session with Fulvia then. Good evening, Niko.
Hi, guys.
Hi, welcome back.
I had 2 sessions back to back. Now I'm drained.
Absolutely zonked.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot of energy to absorb. Whew.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining.
Okay, and bye, everyone. And we will see you 9 o'clock next Sunday. Okay, not 9:30, 9 o'clock next Sunday. That's UK time. And thank you for joining us. Good night.
Good night.